Right now, Ron Paul is running a fairly tight second to Mitt Romney in tonight's caucuses. The latest poll from the Des Moines Register has Romney with 24% of the vote. That is a 2% lead over Congressman Paul. Rick Santorum is running third with 15%. But next Tuesday in New Hampshire, it's all Romney. According to a poll from the Suffolk University, he is crushing the competition with 41%. Paul is now a distant second with just 15%, and Newt Gingrich is third with 11%. So here to tell us what all that means is our political director, John Dickerson. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Bob. How are you?
Let's talk about Rick Santorum, who is surging. You were out with him yesterday on the campaign trail. I think he's hoping in many ways that this voter enthusiasm trumps organization. If he does well here, maybe comes in second, maybe first place, can he sustain a campaign in New Hampshire and South Carolina?
You know, in New Hampshire, he has worked the ground game the way he has here in Iowa. So he's been to the state a lot. He does have some organization, but it's clear that there's strains. Yesterday at one of his events, they didn't have a public address system. He was talking, being drowned out by the horde of media that's now following organizations from all over the world. So clearly, they're still scrambling. Today, they just put out their schedule this morning. They were trying to find gymnasiums to deal with the crowds that are big enough. So it's going to be a big challenge, and he's going to have to raise money. And because it's not just raising money to get the organization and keep things going, but he's now starting to get this deluge of negative attacks, and he's going to need money to fight back against that.
Is the crowd the media, or is it the voters? Because in some of these events, we keep seeing, 50 reporters and 15 citizens.
That's right. His first event in Polk City yesterday. I mean, it's a sign that you're doing well, that you don't actually get to meet a voter in Iowa if you're doing well enough, because the media horde is so crazy. And in Polk City yesterday, there were more people from the media by far than actual voters. And this one poor woman was standing outside trying to get in to actually hear him. I don't think she ever got in there. So that's a bit of a problem. But in some of these venues, it is lots of voters. They are excited. They are interested in him. And so there is a genuine surge going on, not just of the media.
Mitt Romney is still the front runner, and will probably do well here. We've got several debates coming up. Do you expect we'll see a more aggressive Rick Santorum in these debates, a more aggressive Newt Gingrich in terms of challenging Mitt Romney? And what does it ultimately mean for the contest that Mitt Romney has to run?
Well, they need to get aggressive, especially if he does very well here, and particularly somebody like Newt Gingrich. I mean, he's done the best in the debates. He hasn't had a debate here, and he hasn't had the money to fight back against these ads. I mean, on the television here, you see one positive Newt Gingrich ad, and if a voter has a warm feeling about him, it's dashed within a few seconds, because then come ad after ad attacking
And that's going to happen to Santorum, don't you think?
It is, indeed. In fact, I talked to several voters at his events yesterday, and they said, we really like Santorum. We were driving down here, and we heard these radio ads, heard Senator Paul attacking him, and they thought, well, that made us think twice. So he's going to face a lot.
So your job depends on this now, John. Just tell us what's going to happen, in what order.
Well, they're going to be, in what order?
Don't feel any pressure.
Yeah. Well, the good news is you'll have three winners. They'll all declare themselves the winner, but it'll be Santorum, Romney, and Paul probably bunched all there at the top.
All right, John Dickerson,
Thank
good to
you so
see you
much,
this morning.